Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Comfort Circle. How has dialysis impacted your daily life and relationships? And how you're a mom, so how has it affected you being a mom and your life in that sense?
Yes, it has greatly affected that. I'm usually a very productive and fast moving person. I get things done very fast. My husband can't do anything fast, so I'm the one that just does everything really fast. And being on dialysis has completely slowed me down, if not completely stopped most of the things that I was able to do. Like I would take the kids to the park and run around and chase them and stuff. I can only do that maybe for like a few minutes now when I could have done it
Yeah.
for hours. And getting things done, like keeping my house clean. My kids have to help me a lot now, when before they didn't have to do anything. And I taught my daughter, who just turned 14 the other day, how to cook some meals. So she helps cook a lot. And my husband is also sick. So my kids help out a lot because I can't hardly do anything. Dialysis, they say it's a part time job, but it truly feels like a full time job. It is a lot of work, especially if you do it like I do all my stuff at home. So it's a lot of work, but it's a new normal that my whole family is adjusting to.
Yeah. How long have you been on dialysis?
I have been on dialysis almost 3 years now, and I've been at home doing my own hemodialysis for almost 2 years.
How is like the hemodialysis compared to when you went to the center to do it?
In center, I was so depressed I couldn't get out of bed. I homeschool my kids, and I'm always with my husband and my kids. And so, for some reason, I didn't realize that I was going to have to be in that center for like I was there for like 5 hours 3 days a week, and that was a lot for me. I'm a homebody, so I was so depressed having to be away from my kids, and the climate that we're living in, where it's super dangerous to sometimes just to go to Walmart because how dangerous and crazy people are. I was scared to be sitting there at that center. Nobody has anything to lose, so I was so afraid. And I missed my family. I just couldn't do it. I was so depressed. I couldn't get out of bed for the whole year and a half that I was there. I was bedridden. And then as soon as I came home, everything changed. My mindset changed, my mental, everything just changed. And I felt safe and I was happy. So I love being at home. But there are a lot of different steps that you got to take at home. Like I do everything. I do my own blood work, my water samples. I keep the maintenance of the machine. I do everything. In center, you just have to sit there and get your blood clean.
Yeah.
And so it's completely different. But I love it because I've always wanted to be a nurse. So it's kind of like I'm my own little nurse. But there are days like yesterday when I was really sick, I didn't do dialysis and I should have, but I didn't. And there's days where you don't want to do it. You can only skip one day. You can't skip 2 days in a row. And so there's days when you are so sick you can't get out of bed, but you have to get up and do your dialysis. And that is hard when you're very sick. It's really hard.
So how did you learn to do it at home by yourself?
They train you. It's a home hemodialysis department that trains you. And I think the training is like 2 to 4 weeks, but I sped through the training because I wanted to be home with my husband and kids.
Yeah.
And so
Uh,
they train you through all of it. And then your nurse comes every 6 months. If you're solo, like I have no help at all. I do it all myself. My husband and kids don't know anything about it. So I'm solo, so they have to come every 6 months. But if you have a care partner, that like somebody that is trained with you, then they come every year to make sure that you're doing everything
Okay.
okay.
See, yeah, your kids are beautiful. I saw them on your Instagram.
Oh, thank you. They're growing. I want more kids too. I could have had more kids while I was waiting for my kidneys to fail, and I didn't realize, like they were like, no, it's dangerous, don't get pregnant. But now I'm like, dude, I could have had more kids this whole time, and now I
Yeah.
couldn't. So I have to transplant. So
Yeah, I get it. So you talk about how it's like really difficult to do this at home and you were depressed before, but now you seem to be doing better. So what daily habits make this journey easier for you?
I think sticking to a schedule helps so much. But it's hard to stick to a schedule when you have so much going on in your life. But I'm trying to get to a schedule so that it will make my life easier. Um, I am Christian, so Jesus is my everything, and He just makes everything easier. Just having Him, and having my salvation makes everything easier. My family being here, like I know I'm solo, but I still like for them to be at home when I'm doing my dialysis. So them
Yeah,
just being here brings me comfort. Eating healthy helps a lot. Making sure that you get enough protein in it helps a lot with your energy. But you can get protein from meat or vegetables. It doesn't all have to be meat if you're vegan or vegetarian. And sleep really, really matters. Getting enough sleep at night it will ruin your whole day. If you don't get enough sleep and you got to set up your whole machine and do everything, it is terrible. It's really, really bad. So sleep, eating healthy, and having support is very, very important.
that's some good advice. So, actually, on that note, if someone was diagnosed today, what would you say to them?
Oh, if they were diagnosed and had to start dialysis, I
Yeah,
did, I do my TikTok. I go on my TikTok and I have, 27,000 followers, and they all come to me asking me this, like, "Oh, my kidneys, I think my kidneys are failing. What should I do? What would you do?" And I always tell them a whole food, plant-based diet could possibly reverse. If you are newly diagnosed or just starting dialysis, there has been so many case studies of people that have reversed their disease with a whole food plant-based diet and no fat, like low fat diet, no
yeah,
oils, seed oils and stuff. That's what I tell everyone because I tried it and it didn't work for me, but I know people that it did work for and it could work for
yeah,
you. And changing your mindset as well. If when you are told that you have to start dialysis, saying, okay, I have to start dialysis, but this is a temporary journey. I just have to be on dialysis long enough to get a transplant. It is not going to take over my entire life. This is a temporary thing. And as soon as I get a transplant, my life will go back to normal, a little bit of a new normal, but you'll be way more normal than you are if you're on dialysis. So
yeah,
that's what I tell everyone. Change your mindset. If you change your mindset and look at it as this is saving my life, this is life support, and it is saving my life right now. If it wasn't for this, I would be dead. And you change your mindset to say, this is amazing. Thank you, Lord, for this. I'm alive. I'm well with my kids. I'm so excited that I'm alive, you know? Then everything changes. That's what I did. I was negative. I was angry that this was me, and then I changed my mindset, and now I have the joy of the Lord in my soul, and I am just happy all the time because I could be dead, like for real. So
yeah.
that's what I would tell
That
someone.
that's a wonderful way of looking at it.
Yeah, thank
Like,
you.
I think it keeps you positive and would keep you going.
It does. It really does.
So, what would you say that you've learned from the start of your dialysis journey? Like,
hmm
when you started, what is something you know now that you didn't know then?
That skipping your dialysis is a very bad decision. Do not skip your dialysis. I skipped it. I almost died. Okay, my potassium went up so high,
Oh,
I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't walk at all. And my doctor came in. And he said, "Well, Ashley, you almost died again. Don't skip your dialysis."
oh my God. I guess you didn't skip it after that, but you said you
No.
just skipped it
Well,
yesterday.
yes, you can skip. You're supposed to take, one day off. So I do like three
Right.
days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. But I
Okay.
wasn't doing that before. I was doing like 1 day on, 3 days off. And that's how it
Oh,
almost took me out of here. So you can take 1 day off, but that's it. Do not take
right.
2 days off.
Hmm. What would you say is something positive that came out of this, if anything, like
Uh-huh.
from you getting dialysis
Yes.
and kidney disease?
My kids are the most amazing children in the world because of me and their father being sick. They're so passionate and kind and nurturing and caring, and they are always looking for ways to help. I never have to ask them. They just look at me and say, "Mommy, what do you need? What can I help you with? Do you want me to make dinner tonight? Like, let me make your bed for you." Like, my kids are amazing. So I suffered greatly for my kids to be amazing. Like, I'll suffer a million times for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so grateful
Yeah.
that they are such amazing little humans. Being sick has also taught me how to be patient and nurturing with myself because I'm not like that. I'm just like, whatever, I'm fine. I'm gonna, but I'm learning how to be nurturing with myself, and I'm learning how to be there for other people that I don't even know. Like, all my
Yeah.
followers on TikTok, they all feel like family to me, and I'm there for them no matter what time of day. No matter how sick I am, I'm always there for them. And that makes me feel good because I love them and I want what's best for them as well. And being sick, so many people that are sick have no one, literally no one. And so if I could be that person for someone, that's all that really matters to me. I just want to be there to let them know that you are loved and cherished and you're going to make it through this just like I am.
That's truly amazing. And I feel like just the fact that you think that your children are such great human beings is a testament to you as a parent
Oh,
because you raised them to be that way.
thank you.
And I also feel like it's actually very amazing what you're doing online, like the message that you're spreading. You're right, a lot of people have nobody and they don't know where to go. And like I saw one of your videos in which you were like making dialysis fun or something and you were just dancing around. It was so uplifting.
Thank you. Yeah, I know.
Great.
I try to. Sometimes you'll see me post those dancing videos whenever I feel like sad. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to be sad today. I'm going to dance. And so then I dance and I look incredibly stupid. But it's very fun. It's like it relieves the sadness or the stress or whatever I'm
Yeah.
feeling that day.
Yeah, exactly. It's like sometimes you just need to move your body.
You do. You really do.
Get out. So what went through your mind when you first heard that you're gonna need dialysis?
I'm kind of I'm weird, okay? I live in denial. So I was in denial because I had a really hard childhood. And so I had to always live in the place of denial like, oh, this isn't really happening. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's not really happening. So when I had to be rushed to the hospital because I was literally dying and they had to put emergency catheter in and all these fast, like emergent things, I was just, I don't know. It was like I was in denial. I didn't even realize what was happening. I was like, oh, it's fine. It's not really happening. So I didn't realize it was actually happening until I was discharged from the hospital after 18 days. And they said, okay, you're going to start going to dialysis, in center dialysis. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. I didn't know what that was. And then my husband dropped me off. And then I was like, wait, what's happening? I don't understand what's happening. What is it? This day, I didn't know that. Like I was so, and then I had to sit there for like 4 hours. And that's when I realized what is happening. Right. And then I realized this is life support. I'm dying. And so I broke down there at the center and I was like, I don't understand. I didn't get it. And so then I went home and I was depressed and I was angry and I was like throwing stuff in my room. I was so upset. And I was like, what? I'm dying. Like I'm on life support. And me and my husband had to talk about it. And he's just like, yeah, hello. Like what? Duh. You were in the hospital for 18 days. Of course, you're on life support. And I'm like, I know, but I didn't realize it. And he just held me and I was sobbing and he was crying. It was the whole thing. And that's when I realized. And so it was very depressing and very devastating for the whole year and a half. I'm not kidding you. It was so depressing that my kids were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." Like usually, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I was like, "No, I'm not okay. I'm so depressed." But so going home really set me free. It really set me free from that depression because it was bad. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
And I love Jesus and I went to Jesus and I just feel like he was not answering me. And I was just like there just so upset and depressed and I lost 80 pounds because I would not eat at all because I was so depressed. So it was really bad. Like it was very bad. But now it's not because I'm home, but also I really had to say, okay, I had to accept it. So once I accepted, okay, yes, you're dying. This is life support. But you're not dying because dialysis is saving you and you're alive. And look, you have your kids. You got to see your kids' birthday and stuff. So once I like went through the whole process after a year and a half, I finally went through the whole process and now I'm okay and I'm happy and I'm thankful for dialysis. But it was really bad for a year and a half.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a clinical psychology major and I've studied psychology, and we always study about how just being close to people you love can literally boost your serotonin and dopamine levels. So it makes a lot of sense why at-home dialysis actually changed your life like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly. Yeah, being with my kids and my husband, me and my kids, we just joke about everything. So we're able to laugh about like how I'll accidentally like rip a needle out and blood will go everywhere, and my kids will just start laughing, and that helps me so much. Instead of being like, okay, I literally feel like I'm dying right now because I lost so much blood. we take it as that is hilarious. You almost died. You know, it's weird, but it works. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like if you're able to find humor out of it, then anything is fine.
Exactly.
Uh, I guess this is my last question, and it's not exactly relevant to kidney disease, but I was just wondering what kind of content do you like to follow, like on your social media?
Okay, I cannot watch other people suffer because I feel it. Like I feel their pain. So I have to watch funny content. I cannot like really watch sad stuff. I don't watch. And
Yeah.
before I started dialysis, I would watch like The Notebook and sad movies, and like Fault in Our Stars. You know that when I was so excited to watch it. I cannot watch it now. I have to watch happy, funny, hilarious stuff, or I get depressed. I'm very sensitive. She's very very sensitive. So I watch funny content. That I can't watch anything else. I mean, I like check in on my friends, and I see their posts and I support their posts, but like for
Yeah.
my entertainment, it has to be like really funny stuff.
So like funny what about like educational content and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
sometimes I do watch educational content, and I love watching animal documentaries and animal stuff. I
Mhm.
love that kind of stuff. And crime stuff. I love watching cop videos and body cam videos and crime documentaries and stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I love
So
that
it
stuff.
went from funny videos to like super dark.
Yeah, I know, but like, I think what I mean like not medical or people that are like suffering
Yeah,
from
yeah,
like
yeah.
medical stuff. I can't watch that kind of stuff or like sad stuff, like a kid that like lost their baby or something. No way, I couldn't. I can't watch that. I cannot.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I feel like sometimes you just log on to social media to relax, unwind. You don't want to see more serious stuff out there.
Exactly.
That does make sense. I
Mm.
think that's all for the episode. So,
Awesome.
yeah,
Well,
it
that
was
was
really
great.
nice having you, and I'm so glad that you were able to find the time to talk to me and to come on our podcast. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome, and thank you for having me. I'm so sorry for being late again. I gotta
You're
learn